Gairu, I want to hear something from you. I'd love to understand your journey into crypto. I know you said you're sort of media marketing manager, but you still will have that journey. How you came across, this company that you're now working with, and give us a bit of background so us, myself, the community can understand what's going on before we dig into the real beef and potatoes of it.
Yeah, sure, sure. Okay, so let me tell you a little bit about my own story, so then I can tell you how I joined Guoyu. It's actually in Chinese. It's called Guoyu. Okay. I used to live in Japan for I think around 7 years. I studied medicine there. Then I moved to China, and I continued my medical studies there, master degree, PhD, and I worked as a doctor. But I didn't like my job, so I started to get slowly into crypto blockchain. And some of the guys in the Guoyu used to be my friends at the university, and they chased that career, the blockchain career and Web3, and earlier than me. So some friends together, they started to get into the, I'd say, like build. They wanted to build a business to transfer real world businesses and real world assets into the, they tokenize them. And in China, there are so many businesses, from factories to real estate and all that. They want to be in, they want to tokenize their business. They want to take advantage from the Web3, but they don't know how to. So uh, my friends who are better than me in the technically better than me when it comes to the blockchain technology and all that, they built the company Guoyu, and they get support from the government, because in China you can apply for that support, and the government check your business, and if it's good, if they like it, if it's right, they will support you. So we get certified by the government. So we have a certificate to operate in China, and I joined them as a digital, not digital, but like, let's say, marketing guy, because they don't know how to get to the other side of the world. Because if you know, in China, you can't use any of the Western social media, from YouTube to Instagram to Twitter to anything. You cannot use it unless you use VPN. Okay, and Chinese, generally Chinese people who didn't go abroad or lived abroad, they don't know how to do that, how to use it. And I told them, hey, if you just, okay, we are doing well in China, perfect, everything is good, but if you don't go international, it's not gonna go far. You're just gonna stay in China. So we started step by step, and I told them the first step is to join Twitter, and we joined Twitter in September, and we just start growing step by step, and we start to join a lot of spaces like this in order to connect with people and get to know people. And we got our first client from Kazakhstan. I will talk about that later. And yeah, that's the story. That's the entire story.
I love it, man. Great introduction. I love that the government is helping you. It's like the opposite everywhere else. The government's like, here's you're doing all right, and they quickly run round and take as much of your profit as possible and spend it on inappropriate things. So I love the fact that you've got that support. And again, great place to do your own research. As we know in uni-fy, what we're trying to do, certainly in Umi and Web3, is really make it more easy for you guys to do your own research on these projects. These are real builders, and they are building for the right reasons, and they're building sustainably. So I'm really interested to understand, your concept, your thoughts around breaking out of what must be an echo chamber in China, because you don't have that Western influence. What are your thoughts around that? Like, how are you thinking of you're going to achieve that?
Yeah. Okay. So we started in China. Okay, and we worked with different companies. We helped so many different companies to tokenize their business. It was easy because Chinese people, even they don't within China, you cannot, play with crypto, but you can play with anything related to the Web 3. Anything like how to say somehow, real or related to the Web 3 or blockchain tech, but you are not allowed to play with the exchanges and all that stuff. But
Interesting.
yeah, yeah. And just to let you know, we are based in Hong Kong, okay? But
Okay.
our HQ, we're based in Hong Kong for the easy, just to easy connect with the world, and to do some transactions. And Hong Kong is kind of crypto friendly a little bit more than China, but our HQ is in Hainan. Is in Hainan, and Hainan is like the Bali of China. So many of the companies related to the blockchain, the Web 3, all that are based in Hainan, and the government is making it easy for people and making it easy for these companies. So we help so many businesses in China to tokenize their
When you
business.
say so many, how many do
Mm.
you mean?
You mean the companies, right?
Yeah, how many companies have you helped?
Okay. So I will mention like at least I have here like five of them or four or five of them.
Nice.
Okay. But yeah, most of them local, Hong Kong, China. One of them is from Kazakhstan. It's called Altinex, Altynex company. They invested $1 million in Guoyu RWA to advance gold-backed digital asset infrastructure. Okay, and we helped a company called Hua Hong Intelligent Technology. Okay, they invested $1 million in Guoyu RWA to advance smart manufacturing and asset tokenization. We also helped a joint city investment. They also commit $1 million to Guoyu to pioneer real estate tokenization in Hong Kong digital finance landscape. And so more. There are many more companies. You can check them on our website. And you can, I mean, for the audience, people listening here, they can check on our website how we do that, how we do every step, and all that stuff. So we are actually bridging the real world asset with the global digital finance ecosystem through a fully integrated process. Yeah.
Incredible, man. And great investment rounds that you've had already as well. Clearly getting good traction. And so talk to me about what does it look like if you mentioned like the smart manufacturing and to advance that. Does that mean that these guys are already smart manufacturing and you're tokenizing processes, or are you advising across the board for these businesses coming on?
Yeah, they have this smart manufacturing. By the way, not only smart manufacturing, there's so many businesses. By the way, most of our clients are from the real estate. You know,
Oh, I can
yeah,
imagine.
more
Yeah.
of them are from real estate, and uh, in China, it's kind of really like hot nowadays. People they want to tokenize their business. They want to join the blockchain, the Web 3, because they hear in the internet that Donald Trump is into crypto, Donald Trump is into blockchain, these kind of things. And the Chinese, they are very curious. So what they do, they connect with us and they tell us, okay, hey, how can we do that? And what's the benefit of tokenizing our business and all that stuff? And we have technical guys in the company that will explain them everything in details. Okay. But everything is done through lawyers, and those businesses, they have to deliver some documents and through lawyers, and then they apply for it, and then they can tokenize their business. I don't know really the technical process, but it has to be through lawyer, so everything can be transparent and legal.
So, for instance, say bulls on sold, they have a farm, they have I think a couple of hundred bulls at this point. They're going to be creating edible like boxes, you know, from not edible boxes, boxes of edible meat and various cuts from maybe inedible boxes, who knows, gap in the market potentially. But regardless, you know, could you facilitate that sort of RWA integration for them?
I don't know about this business exactly, if we can do it or not, but basically we have worked with as I mentioned before, real estate,
Yeah,
factories related to technology, the tech factories who creates those phones, stuff like that, gold
because
businesses.
I know, for instance, for gold, like the RWA is being able to tokenize the un or the valued but how do I want to say this, like unmined minerals in the ground
Yeah.
still, you know,
But
like,
there's,
so that's
yeah,
massive. Like you
yeah,
unlock, you know, what's a piece of land that was previously a piece of land with potential to go and mine it and get the gold. You can now unlock the value of that gold in that piece of land without any mining equipment.
exactly. But there is one thing, like, for example, there is one company we helped them before. It's called Jiaxing International Resources. They commit 8 million Hong Kong dollars to Guoyu RWA uh, to advance rare metal tokenization. Rare metal tokenization. I'm just mentioning the businesses we worked with, but how we worked with them and all that, that's kind of technical, and I don't have that knowledge to share with you here since I'm
No,
the
that's
marketing
fine.
guy, the
No,
marketing
I
guy.
understand, man. That's
Yeah,
totally fine. But yeah, I mean, it sounds like, yes, essentially, you know, it depends on the scale. Obviously, you're talking extremely big numbers, and it probably depends on the scale of the business, you know, of it being viable. But it certainly sounds like you're almost a facilitator of investment to further the infrastructure of tokenization, making it easier for, I guess, eventually smaller brands to be able to achieve the same thing. Does that sound right?
yeah, yep, 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 yep.
Awesome.
Yeah. For example, there was recently a company, I think, from Singapore, and they do business related to data,
Yep.
and they wanted to tokenize their business. They wanted to launch their own token, all that stuff. So we're still in the conversation, in the business conversation with them. And yeah,
How exciting, man! I mean, if you get your head around what RWA and what tokenization means for businesses, I mean, it is unlike anything I think that's happened historically in the financial industry. Having and you know, and I think farmers are a good example. I forget the country in which I heard this example, but it was somewhere like Peru, somewhere where there was extremely mountainous, and farmers had all of this livestock, but they had no money. They couldn't be banked. But the minute that these RWAs came, they were able to tokenize each and one of their livestock for the life cycle of it, and then instantly have liquidity. And so I think for businesses across the board, it's not just going to be you know, digital infrastructure businesses, but I think eventually this is going to trickle down to, you know, your stock, your warehouse, your you know, every aspect of your business flow will be tokenized in a way which is going to essentially unlock massive new liquidity that was previously dead. So really exciting times, man. It's a pleasure to have you up on stage with us, and I appreciate you sharing what knowledge you do have. I think a lot of the brands will be interested, and you know, funnily enough, some of them Web 2, some of them Web 3. You know, Crouton Jones being an electrician and has an electrician firm, you know, again, you can imagine tokenizing contracts and things like that through the same system. So lots and lots of viability. We got Wake and Blake DigiJoints on the stage as well, ladies and gentlemen. Episode 55 is already rocking. If you like what you hear, hit the purple pill, tag some friends, let people know that we are in here getting the alpha, talk among real builders. This is crypto conversations with community builders, and that's what everyone's doing. You know, we're talking about crypto, but people are building, and not just a business but a community as well. And I think for Gayru's example of this sort of need to reach internationally without directly integrating into Western social, what better way than affiliates, right? Affiliate marketers making organic content across the globe and driving traffic that's trackable and verifiable back to the brands. That's what uni-fy enables. And I want to go around and say hello to everyone. We've got Crouton Jones in the house, the crispiest MF in any town. How are you, brother? Never know, you might be in the space that connects two projects together, and we see this every week on uni-fy, man. Like, someone is connecting with someone else, because at the end of the day, I always say, like, in web3, your answer, your solution,
What happens?
your next big alpha is probably in the next server over, or the next Twitter handle that you just haven't discovered yet. So we bring all of these people together in one single easy to use platform. You can head over to uni-fy.us. There's 35 plus PFP thumbnails there that you can click on and learn everything about the brand. Literally do your research through uni-fy and discover what works for you. If you like it as an affiliate, you can go out and you can promote that. You both have analytics dashboards. You can see exactly who's driving conversations, who's responsible for pushing your brand and raising the awareness of your brand. So building symbiotic relationships is what it's all about. And talking about building symbiotic relationships, Guoyu RWA, sorry, I know I'm butchering that name, bro. I'm really sorry. I might just have to say GRWA. Has been speaking. He's over in China, or is representing a company in China. HQ's in, sorry, their company's registered in Hong Kong. They're doing RWAs at a big scale in China. Interestingly, what they shared is, you know, China really likes innovation, really likes companies that are pushing the envelope, and they actually support them actively, and have given them license and the ability to proliferate their brand and business inside of China. And they're looking for ways to really branch out across new ecosystems, new frontiers. So I really want you guys to all connect. Gyro, maybe you want to do another high level run through about what you're doing, just to introduce some of the people that weren't here. And, you know, feel free to share anything else you might want to share. Be
Yeah,
like it,
thank you.
Graham.
Yeah, thank you. Thank
You're
you.
welcome.
Yeah, Guoyu is an exchange that offer institutions and individuals a one-step solution for asset tokenization, unified cross-chain ecosystem, and liquidity. So, yeah, promoting deep integration of real-world asset and blockchain technology. So uh, we actually bridging the real world asset with the global digital finance ecosystem through a fully integrated process. Honestly, a lot of companies they're now in China are interested in tokenizing their business because there are so many benefits when we explain them why it's good and what's the benefit they can get from rising capital very faster, let's say faster, reducing the middleman, transparent, trustability, global access to investors, and getting their business seen by the global investors and the global market. Then that's what they actually want and yeah, thank you so much.
That's my pleasure, man. And so, for instance, I come and I want to be listed on your exchange. You have to be an RWA, like a tokenized asset, real world asset, to be listed on your exchange, right?
Yes, yes. For example, let me try to give a little example. So let's say you're doing a real estate, okay, and you want to be listed. So first, you really have to have, let's say, project. You're building a project, a real world project. Let's say you're building a compound of villas, okay,
Yeah.
and so you have to deliver all the documents we're asking for through our lawyers, and then the process starts. It may take 1 month, 2 months, depends. And yeah, so for example, some of the real world asset, like companies related to the real estate, what they have done, let's say they want to sell one building, for example, just for example, one building, and that building costs maybe $10 million. So instead of selling it to one buyer, okay, they would tokenize it into, for example, 10,000 tokens. And each token will be like, for example, $1,000. So now they have 10,000 people can own a piece of it and earn from the rent. So if that makes sense. Yeah.
Totally makes sense. Yeah, great breakdown. Super simple. And is there a limit to like the lowest value item or the highest value item?
I really don't know. I really don't know. Not really sure about it. I don't want to say any number, but I'm not sure
Hmm.
about it. But
Yep.
if anyone interested to know more, you guys can connect with us through Twitter on website, and we're gonna answer everything. We have technical guys, and they can connect with you. And yeah, if you have any question, yeah.
Absolutely, yeah, man. I can see some great synergies between you guys and Unify. Because you can consider Unify like your top of funnel, like an addition to your top of funnel in lead generation, both B2B and B2C. And what within that is this community of affiliates that we have. And I think for you guys, the inability to directly interact with YouTube and TikTok and what have you. I mean, is it okay for your affiliates, your community members, to share information about your brand on those Western platforms, or is that not allowed either?
No, no, yeah, yeah, it would be great. It would be great. Actually, we're really very happy to join this space because I believe this kind of communities it will allow us to know more about the other side of the world and let our people in the company and in China know more about the other side of the world. For example, we're using, we're having this space. Later, I will just get the record and I will share it in our internal social media. So people will be happy and see what's going on the other side of the world. And, they will be more excited to join Twitter since they can use VPN now.
Yeah, yeah, and I think that's a massive part. For one thing that I've noticed, and I know a lot of real builders will know as well, is it's the education on how to engage with whatever it is that you're building, right? A lot of what we're doing out here is innovative. It's uncomparable to anything people are familiar with. There's lots of misinformation. There are lots of potential security risks if you're uneducated as well. And so it's an easy way to lose users if there's no easy onboarding process.